Look at Michael, as once he got past Eddie Cheever, he was able to close in again. But is there enough time and distance left? 43 laps are now complete for the leader. Less than 2 to go for Rick Mears and Michael Andretti.
Rick has been so good all day. He's controlled the pace here. Michael is going to have a difficult time catching him unless he can force Rick to make a mistake. Rick has not done that and is not prone to doing that, as Roger Penske watches a very, very good day for the Penske designed and built cars.
Down in the Newman Haas pits, they keep track of Michael Andretti. You got a glimpse there of Peter Gibbons, who, of course, was with the Penske organization and just a few weeks ago moved over to Newman Haas and will be the engineer on Michael's car for next season. Michael with Rick Mears just ahead. The extra incentive for Rick, of course, is that he can walk away for this day with $425,000. Actually, more than that, $445,000 if he keeps the fastest lap. But Michael is right there. The difference between first and second. First place paying $275,000 and second place $170,000. So you're looking at a lot of bucks as the white flag comes out in between Michael Andretti and Rick Mears. The final pass around the 11 turns. Just 2.2 miles to go. Rick Mears locks the left front brake as he comes down into the hairpin.
Well, did that tell you how hard he's trying? Remember, Mears has already won $375,000 of Marlboro money in the challenges past. Michael, he's way up there. He's earned $350,000. So these are big paydays for the people who run right at the front.
For Michael Andretti, so close, but really so far. That interval is so difficult to make up. Still, Michael has done it in the past. Can he do it again? As once again, the last pass up the hill now. They make that left-hand turn and continue their climb. Almost 300 feet in elevation difference between the bottom of the course and up here at the top. And Michael Andretti is very definitely closing in. The blind corner just ahead. There's the corkscrew. Michael slaps it down the hill. He continues to try and catch Rick Mears. It's going to be very, very close. The crews look to see them come out from under this bridge. And there they see Rick Mears still has the lead, but Michael is still closing in. The Marlboro Challenge about to be decided in Laguna Seca. And for Rick Mears, $445,000 if he can just hold on. He climbs on the pit straight. He's out of fuel. He slows down. Michael Andretti comes around him. And Michael Andretti on the last straightaway picks up the race, the checkered flag, and the lead. What could possibly have happened to Rick Mears? A missed gear, a faltered fuel. Who knows what it is?
My word, give me a minute here to catch my breath and try and feel my heart here. I can't believe, look at the dejection on Roger Penske's face. I can only think it must have been a missed gear. Unbelievable finish.
If it were a $200,000 mistake for Rick Mears. I'm wondering what he's saying. Roger Penske has already taken off the radio communications. And remember, in 1987, Bobby Rahal won the challenge, went on to a championship. Is that what Michael's thinking here? Chris Mears? Well, she can't believe it.
We said it earlier, Paul. It will be difficult for Michael to win this race unless Rick makes a mistake. I'm not saying he made a mistake, but he did do something. Something went wrong and handed it to Michael. I bet he can't believe his luck. Just watch what happens here.
Look again here. This is the last corner of the race.
Now, Rick actually accelerates. Then he slows. Look at Michael almost hits him. Those rear wheels slide sideways. Then Rick gets it back in gear. Look what happens. Leaves black streaks. I think it was a gearbox problem.
And it cost Rick Mears $255,000. How did it look to Michael? Let's remember, as he was coming down the hill, he's pretty well assuming that, well, he's going to go right on through and just win the race.
Now, Michael has got his gear chosen. Once he gets on the power, now Rick is stalled. Boom! Swerves out to the inside, misses him, and picks up an extra $105,000 in about, what, second and a half?
Oh, not long at all. Let's go down to the pits now, and Jan Vikas.
You guys were talking about what that might be. It looked like a missed gear. I checked with Richard Buck, the crew chief, and it was, in fact, that it stumbled for fuel. He got around turn 11. It stumbled for fuel. He didn't miss the gear, just a little bit short. One straightaway. Paul?
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because you'd hate to think that Rick would have to live with the idea that he missed a gear coming off of that corner. So Michael Andretti climbs out the winner, a very rich man here today. Here are the final results after the running of the Marlboro Challenge here at Laguna Seca. The championship's still on the line tomorrow. Andretti is now with Gary Gerould.
Well, for the first time ever, a two-time winner in Marlboro Challenge history, Michael Andretti, I'm sure this was the last thing you expected coming to the final turn on the final lap.
For sure. I mean, I was driving my heart out the whole time, but a little unfair for Rick. I mean, he deserved it. He drove a heck of a race and was driving very tough. But I guess when it's your day, it's your day.
It really kind of typifies the way this whole season has gone, and yet the big showdown for you is now 24 hours away.
Well, I hope and pray that we didn't use all our luck right here. You know, I just, tomorrow, if we can just finish the race, I mean, it'd be a perfect weekend and perfect year for me.
It's a tremendous lift in terms of momentum for you and the whole team, but I know it's going to be probably a sleepless night.
It's going to be a long night, but this helps a little bit.
All right, congratulations. Let's go now to Jan Beekes. He's with the dejected Rick Mears.
Rick, what happened there, Rick, coming out of turn 11?
Just coughed, sorry for fuel right there at the last corner, and you know, no warning up to that point. It just hesitated for a split second, died, and by the time it caught and took off again, he was already by.
Thanks.
One of those days. Thank you.
Well, I'm not so sure I could be smiling at a moment like that. A $255,000 change of position in the last 300 feet of the race. Rick's dad is there to console him and say, kid, don't worry about it. Right, don't worry about it. Michael Andretti, once again, take a look at it as Michael Andretti, when Rick's car stutters, yanks it over to the left and comes past, picks up the lead with just a few hundred feet to go. The checkered flag under that bridge, and Michael Andretti wins the Marlboro Challenge.
I think we just saw a great event, and we just saw the most expensive half-gallon of fuel of the year.
There's the payout. Don't forget, here on ESPN tomorrow morning, it is the Formula One from Japan. And then, of course, tomorrow afternoon, the final IndyCar race of the season. Will this man, Michael Andretti, pick up his first IndyCar championship? 3 times he's finished in second place. We'll see you tomorrow. Paul Page for Derek Daly, Gary Gerald, and Jan Beekes will close the IndyCar season. It'll be a great race.